And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Kyle. Ooh,
Fucking shambles. This is take two, by the way.
this is take two. We're rolling with it. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Kyle, how are we doing today?
Yeah.
Fucking. Fucking. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yes. Well done. Kyle is doing yes as always.
You're not gonna ask me. You're not gonna ask because we pre-did this. You're not gonna ask me what I've been up to.
I just did. I said, "How's your day been?"
Oh
And you just went.
no, you asked that,
Yeah.
and then you asked me before. You in the first take. You were like, "So what have you been up to?" Because you never asked that. So I was just like, nothing. So ask me again. I'll give
All
you
right.
some.
All right. All right. All right. So what have we been up to, Kyle?
I found Mount Everest.
Climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And back in your living room today already. I see.
Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah.
stuff. Did you get to
You're
the
gonna
top?
ask. I did. Yeah. Yeah. It was quite the view. I mean, when you get to the top, not the way up though. Like for Mount Everest, it's really not about the journey. It's more about the destination because that journey is just a lot of dead bodies, man.
Yeah, so many dead bodies. I seen a video the other day of one like sliding down the mountain,
Yeah.
just like someone using it as like a sled. So yeah, but
Yeah.
did you stay on the
Anyways.
top? Did you stay on the top for long? That's all I want to know.
I can't remember.
Nice. To be honest, it sounds like you've been taking mushrooms, but still, something I want to take mushrooms and go see. Avengers: Secret Wars. Monday it was Hugh Jackman. Today it's Andrew Garfield. So same with Andrew Garfield today. Apparently he's already had his meeting, and he was meeting before the strikes for joining the cast of Avengers: Secret Wars. It's weird we haven't heard all about Toby yet, but what do you think? Andrew
Who's
Garfield.
the source?
The source is, can we get some toast? You think I'm going to take the piss? No, it is. Can we get some toast on Twitter? He's got a lot of stuff right.
Okay, I feel like we need to do that a bit more often. Just kind of
Yeah.
credit the source, just so you can take it with a grain. Because we don't say this enough, but take most of the stuff we say with a massive grain of salt.
So, apparently he's already had meetings.
Big emphasis on the word apparently.
Yes.
But yeah.
I know we both thought he was going to be in this film anyway, regardless. So does this kind of just like confirm it a bit more for you? Oh,
I mean, if it's true, then yeah. But we'll see. You can't predict a movie like Secret Wars.
no.
I mean, Kang Dynasties are different. You can predict a certain thing, a certain theme of the film.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be like a Avengers, just a normal-ish Avengers film.
Well, I think it'll do what they did with Endgame and Infinity War.
I don't see him as being like a part 1 and part 2 now, though, because these films sound so separate. I think something's going to happen in Kang Dynasty that leads to Secret Wars, but I still think we're going to get a number of projects between it that I don't think it's going to be the direct follow-on that Endgame was.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it would really crack open the multiverse after Kang Dynasty, but we've already delved into the multiverse stuff. So it's like, what else are they gonna do in these next movies? I mean, Deadpool 3's got multiversal stuff. Spider-Man's already had multiversal stuff. Doctor Strange had multiversal stuff. So it's like, if they're gonna do this next Avengers film and then do a load more multiverse stuff, it's like, how can they bump it up a bit? Because they've brought back Toby, they've brought back Andrew already, they've brought back Professor Xavier, Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic, and all the stuff we saw in the films we've had. So it's like, what else can they do to monk it up there? And I get what you're saying, but this Kang Dynasty, like, I feel like it'll be more connected than Infinity War and Endgame. because it's multiverse. It's about
Yeah.
Kang. Kang's fucking it all up, whereas Thanos is fucking it up. Like, I think it'll be exactly how they did with, if it ain't broke, don't
Don't
fix it.
fix it.
Formula.
Like, so Kang Dynasty, clearly a very Kang focused film.
Yeah, it's
Like
gonna be his movie.
like Infinity War was Thanos' film.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a, because I suppose that's a good way to do it as well, because you really build that villain up in that film. But Kang's going to have, a couple of phases worth of growth for different variants coming into Kang Dynasty as it is. So I think they're doing that. So it will be a Kang film, but we can spend just a little bit more time with building our new Avengers team as well.
Only thing is, right, I completely agree with you on Thor getting killed by Kang in this film. The thing is, if you think about it, like realistically think about it, it's gonna really like hurt the Thor character a little bit because he didn't really, in Infinity War he builds up and he puts that axe in his chest and he fails basically.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, I thought it was all great. The lead up to it and everything, all of it were great. The end, the way they did the twist and everything, all of it's great. I still love Thor. And then obviously in Endgame, he's at rock bottom. He comes back to be an Avenger again. He tries again, which I guess it's kind of him redeeming himself. Not really, but kind of. But then, if he goes and does it again where he fails, but this time he fucking dies, it's going to be a real blow for the character, and he's not going to have anything that's really redeemed him as like, the character kind of thing. I feel like we've had it with Steve and Tony, right? And it's understandable that they didn't do Thor as well, otherwise it'd be too much, doing too many arcs.
Well,
but if they're gonna do this in Kang, it's gonna be like Thor's never gonna get his like end arc, if that makes sense.
He can have a very good end arc and still die at the hands of Kang. If you know what I mean. Like, maybe it takes, like, 3, 4, 5 Kangs to kill Thor.
But that's not, like, it's not resulting in anything, though. It's just killed a bunch of infinite Kangs.
Obviously, there'd be a purpose in it behind the story and stuff like that. I'm not writing it, so I don't know, but I still think Kang needs that bit of a boost after Quantum Mania to go, no, this guy's a threat. Look at what the fuck he just did. And really sell the stakes as well of the film. Yes, I do believe we would get a multiversal version in Secret Wars. I think we're going to get a multiversal version of Tony. And I think we're going to get multiversal version of Steve. I don't think we're going to see our original characters. I think we're going to see variants of them in Secret Wars.
Yeah, but still, like I said, there needs to be a really good reason for why Thor is getting killed. I get it. I agree with you. Like I said, I think that's such a great idea. I just think on the Thor side of things, it kind of like he really needs to die doing something, completely just capping off his arc a little bit.
And I think he will get that.
Okay, well, if he will, then I'm happy for it because like let's be honest, in Infinity War, Endgame, and then his fourth Thor movie, we didn't really get like an arc to cap it for him. He's just kind of like still about. I mean, I get it. He's been around for thousands of years, and he's Thor, the God of Thunder. So, but still.
As much as I love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, as much as I love Chris Evans as Captain America, when they put them characters to bed, I was like, right, I'm okay with that because they've done what they can do with them characters. They've taken them, full circle in a way, to Robert Downey Jr.'s character being the character who would never sacrifice himself, making the ultimate sacrifice at the end of Endgame. And then, Steve getting his dance with Peggy. So them character arcs was complete. I'd love to see him again, obviously. But I remember us both saying after Endgame, it's like, oh, there's still so much you can do with Thor. There's so much you can do with Thor. And I like Love and Thunder. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you like it as well.
It wasn't my favourite out of the Thor movies.
No. And it's definitely not even an MCU top 10, maybe not even top 20. But I thought it was an enjoyable film, you know. I still remember us two being the only two people who laughed at a certain joke, which wasn't supposed to be a joke. But everyone else were like, oh, and us two just went...
I mean...
So, we'll keep that between us. But, yeah. So, but if he does die in Kang Dynasty for this new era of Avengers to come through, and, you know, maybe, you know, I've heard the rumor of there's going to be 3 Avengers teams in Secret Wars for each of them 3 variants of Kang we saw at the end of Quantum Mania. We're going to have one for Immortus, one for Ramatut, and one for... I don't know what the other one were called. The bold, like, technology one. But, so maybe we're going to have, like, a... You know, like you said, an Avengers 2000 team. You know, and maybe we're going to get a Spider-Man in each of them. Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman in one of them, Andrew Garfield, and maybe our 2012 Avengers in, like, another one. And then, like, our new era of Avengers, like the ones we got introduced to in Kang Dynasty, in another team. So I know you don't like predicting with me, because...
Yeah, just shut the fuck up right now, because you're spoiling these. Not just for me now. We've got a platform here now, Callum. Stop it. Right, we're going to get cancelled for being right. We're going to get cancelled for the right things. But yeah...
You give me way too much credit, though, for predicting the snap at the end of Infinity War. It's like
Yeah,
you could kind of see that were going to happen.
Yeah, but Callum, I didn't see anything about that when I was, like, watching videos and doing this and, you know, stuff like that. That didn't ever cross my mind.
And it wasn't like, I didn't, like, say this, like, you know, a month before the film came out. I was saying this, like, end of 2016.
I knew they were going to lose. I get that, and yeah. I just did expect to see the snap, and I thought maybe they were saving that for you know, maybe the next one, Endgame, yeah. But then it would have really made sense. But you know, it's still, the snap is like a big moment. So, but here's the thing, like I said with Thor, they need to have him. Like, he did in a way, he kind of had a little bit of a circle with his arc in Infinity War, because he was like, in the first Thor movie, he loses his hammer, loses his powers, and essentially, like, he has to go and get Mjolnir back. And he kind of does that in Infinity War. He gets Stormbreaker, so, you know, he gets his new weapon, his new stronger powers to beat Thanos, you know. He's basically powerless. He's not, but he's basically powerless in Infinity War. So I like that they did a little bit of circle with that, but there's still nothing to end it. And here's the thing, unfortunately, Chris Hemsworth, I don't think he'll be Thor forever.
He seemed really into it after Endgame came out and after Ragnarok, and he was like, Thor was like up there for people. And then after, you know, he said some stuff lately, he's like, I think we got a bit too silly. Which, like in the film, yeah, I think you did get a bit too silly. You know, you brought in a character called Gore the God Butcher, and you made a film that's pretty much a comedy. And also, you know, people don't, like, notice, but the Infinity Cones ice cream shop, I'm pretty sure it was you who pointed it out to me, that's like having a 9/11 ice cream shop. Pretty much, so.
I mean, it's a pretty twisted joke, and, like I said, here's the thing, I'd like Thor to be the All-Father now. I'd like him to have that status of Odin, where he's just kind of, he's still very powerful, but he's just more in the background now, but he's still there, do you know what I mean? Rather than just kill him off like the rest of the Avengers.
And there's one thing as well. I wanted Thor to stay on his losing streak that he was on. Losing some. Obviously, he lost Jane at the end of Love and Thunder. But I was thinking more. I really thought going into Love and Thunder, I was like, oh, Thor's gonna lose his arm. All the signs were there. Necro sword, stuff like that. I was thinking this man's gonna lose his arm. They didn't do that. It's a big thing in the comics when Thor loses his arm. So.
I mean,
anyway,
he might lose it to the hand of Kang, but...
Well, that's it. That might be the step down from it. That's like probably the step down of killing him. If Kang does not kill Thor, he's definitely taking his arm.
Yeah, he needs to wallop off that arm because it's very well known in the comics, and as well, it's like it would still cement him being a threat because Thor is. Realistically, like physically, he is one of the most powerful beings. Yeah. He's got all of the power that Odin had, and he's going to be probably. That's the thing. I want Thor to be alive. Obviously, in thousands of years' time, the MCU is not going to exist. But for the next couple of years, I just want there to be Thor to be there. I mean, they could even do like a really unique thing with it and have a movie. I mean, they do this in comics all the time where they set a story thousands of years in the future or whatever. So it's like, why can't you do that for like Thor? Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Well,
but...
I think Marvel plans to be at least a 30-year franchise.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do. They've done the Infinity Saga, they're going to do the Multiverse Saga, and then I think they're going to do the Mutant Saga, and then I think they're going to restart. But, yeah. Secret Wars, and I think one thing you're forgetting as well is, writer's strike that's going on right now. I wouldn't be surprised if these both Avengers films got pushed another year each. So if that happens, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars would be coming out 9-10 years after Infinity War and Endgame. So I think you'd have been doing it for nearly 20 years then, Chris Hemsworth? Which is fucking crazy to think about. But anyway, let's get on to our next one. I think this is going to be something we've got 2 Disney Plus topics today. This first one is the good news. So Marvel is just done with their old way of doing things with Disney Plus shows. It was like when Disney Plus shows were first announced, it's like these are going to be 6-episode mini movies, and they're done with that now. They're like, no, we're not doing that because how many times you turn on an episode of a Disney Plus show, like with Secret Invasion, you turn on an episode and it's 30 minutes. What the fuck? They now are just gonna be making them like as long as they need to be, with no filler or alt like that. So we could be and not rushing the endings either. So we could be getting something like a 3-episode miniseries for Vision, but 3 full good episodes with stuff in them. Obviously, Daredevil, 18 episodes. Still undecided yet, though. I do think it's going to be split into 2 halves with like a little break in the middle, but both still coming out in the same year. But
I hate it when shows do that. Can I just say I fucking hate that? It's like, why do we need a break? Like, keep it going. People are still talking about it. There's social media platforms now that carry this now, and they'll carry it long after the show's finished. So it's stupid. I hate the little break. It doesn't help anybody. It's stupid.
Yeah, I get that. But obviously, there's the rumors. Wonder Man had to shut down production for Marvel. Apparently, that's going to be 10 episodes. Apparently, Agatha's going to be 9. So they're not. what I'm basically saying is they're not restricting themselves anymore. They're not going to do as much, but when it comes to a Disney Plus show, they aren't going to put a time limit on it or say, this episode needs to make this length, this episode needs to make that length. So what are your overall thoughts of this? Do you think we're going to get better storytelling? Because I sure as fuck do.
Well, yeah, like, you do a show, right? So let's say this, right? Look at it this way. Comics and the stories they tell and all the sub-stories and all the mini-stories and everything in between, there's a lot. Like, you read a single comic, it's like, it's really thin, but there's a lot going on in it. And so when they do it in movies, they have to put all that into, like, a 2-hour slot. They have to fit all that in. Whereas a TV show, and this is why I'm really bummed out with the way that Marvel have been doing it so far, is that each episode you can delve into like a storyline, but it still be connected to the overall plot. But you have the whole hour.
Exactly, perfect example.
You have a whole hour to tell a story, and it still be connected to the main plot. And the way that Marvel have been doing it is you've got a whole story just broken up into segments. Well, it's not like, honestly, right? If I had the patience for it, right, I'd go through each and every Disney Plus show. I'd get the original file for it, full 4K, get it on my computer, and just cut out all the shit and just trim it all off, and then connect it and put it all in. There you go. You got a She-Hulk movie, which will probably be better because I'll cut out the bad stuff.
So you're telling me there'll just be the Daredevil episode left?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's what they've been doing with it, and it's like they've been treating it like a movie, and they can't really do that. I get it. It's what they know. It's what people love. But you're doing a show. It's a similar. It's still on screen live action kind of thing, but it's a different format. I think for me the best one that's done it is Daredevil. Because I feel, when I watch an episode of Daredevil, I'm like, right, okay, that's that great fucking episode. I want to watch more, but I'm not, like, left with annoying cliffhangers, which is a big issue with the thing. I'm not left with stupid, dumb mysteries that never get answered. And I'm satisfied. I've had, like, I can go on, watch one episode of Daredevil and be satisfied and be like, okay, I don't want to watch anymore.
There's two things I want to bring up to this. There's one show which I see, cut this down and this could work really well as a movie, and there's one for Disney Plus Marvel where I think I don't think you could cut this down. Well, there's a couple I don't think you could cut down. I think we've said it before, we're both pretty big fans of what they've done on Disney Plus. It's just the last two shows haven't been. I mean, I loved Secret Invasion up until the last episode. I did. But that's why sticking the land is important. But the two shows I think this would go for is... So, Hawkeye. I think you could trim that down and make a pretty fucking good film out of Hawkeye. Like a good Christmas film. But then there's a show like WandaVision, where the week-to-week was essential for the viewing of that. But I feel like it could be cut down into a film and work pretty well, but I still think the week-to-week was essential for the viewing of that.
Yeah, I think like one of the few exceptions is just WandaVision, because each episode is part of it.
Isn't it? Because WandaVision had shorter episodes, well, some shorter episodes, but is another one I don't think you could do. I don't think you could do Moon Knight, because just that episode 5 alone, I think stops it from, because all that emotional stuff in that 5th episode, I just don't think you could cram that down. If you know what I mean.
I think you can. I think you'll be cutting it down shorter, but if you put it in the right spot and you make sure it feels like a climactic ending, and it builds up to that. I think you can because right. I absolutely think Moon Knight is one of the best ones that you can cut it down to a film, because it's got it's got all the things that a movie does, and with a show you've got highs, you've got lows, you've got highs, you've got lows, you've got highs, you've got lows. Moon Knight, there's a very big low, and that that can fit into one movie. Just that low when his other personality he dies and he goes to the afterlife and all that stuff. That could be like a great middle point. It takes us to some new territory with it.
All right, fair enough.
I definitely I agree with you. WandaVision, no, but I definitely think Moon Knight can.
What
Moonlight.
about right? One more for you then. Loki. What do you think? Do you think they could see movie Loki? Because again, week to week for Loki, that was another big, like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, but you would need a Class A editor on that. Someone who knows Loki, the character, knows Marvel, knows how to, knows the way around it, knows what the complete sort of, because you'll have to know exactly what the director or writers wanted from the show, and you'll have to actually get that theme and that the way they've done it.
Yeah,
because I think it'll portray it better in what they're trying to show. Because like with Moon Knight, I was left with like, oh, he's died, and it's like, and then he's back.
the next week, yeah.
I don't like that stuff. That's it's one of the things I hated. Not hated. I was like with the Jon Snow thing. I thought, oh my god, they killed him, but they brought him back. It's so cool. The whole thing of it. But I hated how they did it in the episodes.
Yeah.
It was like the last episode of a season, wasn't it? And then the next season.
Last episode of season 5, yeah, they killed him.
Yeah.
And that was the very last point in the books as well. So nobody did know if Jon Snow were coming back. So it was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. So it is pretty brutal, but I mean,
I think we've done
a lot of them can.
We've done a little topic on it before about how to what to do with the MCU and stuff like that. But I think it's an interesting topic, and I think it maybe warrants its own video if us two like sit down one weekend and just talk, not even set any topics out, just talk. Because I know we could fix it, us two. I feel like I could fix him. Right, anyway, I'm swinging some scissors round. Friday, Kyle. What we seeing on Friday? Porn! Blue Beetle. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. We've only 49 reviews, obviously. We could get flooded in with more and it could go down to like a 60 or a 50 or something like that. But 88% on the initial first reviews for Blue Beetle. Is this around what you was expecting? Oh.
I was expecting maybe like my prediction on it was maybe like 40 to 60.
Really?
So yeah, I think it'll stay at 70.
You think it'll? Yeah, but well, so
seeing this, I think it'll be 70 now.
You think it'll? I think it might stay around this 80. I think the lowest it'll go is probably 80. Just simply because the early reactions were so positive, and obviously we heard that with Flash as well, and we're hearing that for ages with Flash. But Flash debuted with a 72, I believe, and I remember doing the video on it, and we was like, "Oh, this is disappointing." Not because a Rotten Tomatoes score makes a film, because it doesn't. My favourite film of last year, a year where the Batman came out and the Northman came out. My favourite film of last year was Bullet Train, and I'm pretty sure that film's got like a 50-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. But that film speaks to me, my sense of humour. I love just stuff like that. But this 88%, I think it's good. It's not going to drop pretty low. Flash debuted lower than this and went a lot lower. I'm pretty sure Flash is like a 60-something% now. So even if this loses like a 10%, it's still going to be around about 80, or 78, something like that. So after seeing this, and obviously the early reactions we were talking about the other day, where's your excitement level at now? Obviously we're in the week of, so that always builds up the excitement just a little bit more. And then the day of's really like, before you get in there, it's like, oh fuck, I'm seeing this film. It's happening. So where you at?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was, like I said before, with the trailers and stuff, I'm not going to repeat myself again, but I didn't like the first. I was excited to see this character on the big screen, and then I saw the first trailer and I was like, okay, I'm not that excited anymore.
Mm.
Then, but everyone loved the trailer, and I was like, I don't get why.
I
Fair
liked
enough
the
if you
first
like
trailer.
it.
I like the first.
Fair enough if you like it, but it didn't zing, it didn't click for me at all. And then the second trailer came out, and then I didn't see it till like later on. But then all the reactions came out saying, "Oh my god, this trailer is like
Ass.
it's just not good." And then I was like, "Fuck it, I'll watch the trailer." It came up on my recommendations on YouTube. Thought, "Fuck it, it's a quick trailer. I'll give it a watch, see what all the bad shit is about." I thought this was really, really fun. I thought, what the fuck? This looks so much better than the first trailer. For me, it speaks to me. It's like, this is like the energy and the fun that I want to see. Yeah, it's a little bit stupid, but who cares? Like, it's a. I didn't think it was the best trailer in the world, don't get me wrong. But it definitely made me. It pulled me back after pushing me away with the first trailer. It pulled me back in with Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I'm hearing from some of the reviews. Someone called it a Iron Man Venom hybrid.
Mm.
So that kind of gets me excited.
Um.
I think what they mean though is in terms of like the superhero, not like tone of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think I see that. Yeah, because he's got like this super advanced suit, and then he's got like this AI that's talking to him, kind of like Venom's
yeah.
conscious Venom thing talking to him. So I think it'll just be a good time at the cinema. Like, I don't ever want a movie to be bad.
No, we don't.
I wanted this film to be really good, and
it looks like it might at the very least be good.
yeah.
So another thing I want to talk about as well in regards to Blue Beetle. I seen something today. I was scrolling through YouTube, and someone put up a post.
Oh, here we go.
You can do community. Not well, kind of. You can put like the community tabs up and community posts up and stuff like that. And someone, obviously very passionate about this film. I haven't seen it yet, anyway. They haven't, and they put something along the lines of, "Can we all stop moaning that Blue Beetle is gonna flop because this film was supposed to be straight to HBO Max." Which it was, and he says low box office is better than no box office. So I replied to it and I says, yeah, low box office is better than no box office, but low box office is still low box office. Do you know how much more money has to be put into a film to get a theatrical release? And there's a cut to the cinema and the theatre chains, and you've got to do that little bit of extra promotion to get stuff out there. You can't just drop a trailer online and say, now streaming on HBO Max. So you need to take into account for the theatre's going to get a cut. And trust me, this film ain't no fucking Star Wars or Avengers Endgame. The theatre is going to get a cut the first weekend on this film, and the first weekend isn't looking good. If you're a big film like Star Wars or Avengers, you can go in and say, we want 100% of our box office proceeds for the first weekend. And the theatre will say, yes, and you can take all our screens, because they want every fucker to go in and spend money on fucking popcorn and chocolate and fucking hot dogs and all that stuff. So that's what they're banking on there. Look, I know you might like, a DC fan, and you like the look of Blue Beetle. I want this film to do well. The reality is it's not going to. The tracking's already out there now. Obviously, I think this might help with the numbers a bit, and I think we might see it around that 20 million mark. But this isn't the one. David Zaslav switched this over to be a theatrical release. This isn't what he had in mind, because he saw a good film and he thought this could be successful. So I'm just saying, yes, you've got passion and you care about this film, but the fact is, this film's gonna bomb. So I'll accept the fact. I'm a massive Marvel fan. Do you know what? I would say I'm one of the biggest MCU fanboys in the fucking world. Without a doubt. But I'll admit, Quantumania flopped. Hard. Very hard. Probably Marvel's biggest disappointment in box office history. Like, they were probably banking a lot on that film, but yeah. I think people just need to take the biases out of it, because at the end of the day, how much money it makes has got nothing to do with the quality of the film. And if you're a fan of this film, you should be happy with, like, it looks like this film's going to be good. It's a shame, though, that it's not going to make the money. That's nobody else's fault, but just the general public. Of, like, nobody else's fault but the general public. That's nobody else's fault that the general public isn't interested in the character Blue Beetle, because many people haven't heard of him. Yeah, they can grow his character and get people interested, but he'll never be a Spider-Man, a Batman, or a Superman. So, yeah. Anyway, Kyle, what you want to add on to my little rant?
I think he could be a Spider-Man. I think he could be up there. I think he could easily become an A-list character, but it's just...
Yeah.
It's not in... The problem with Blue Beetle, it's not in a good spot. It's coming off of the DCEU, which is... It's very much... You know... It's a little bit 50-50, but you know, I'd say it's a bit lesser than that. The whole DCEU, if you had to rate it.
Yeah.
And it's coming off of The Flash, which, you know, it wasn't... You know, I like The Flash. I think it's great. I can go in and watch it.
Yeah, I ain't seen a lot of films this year, but The Flash is my number 5, top 5 film of the year so far. Well, was when I made that video. So I do like The Flash, and I like DC. I do. I love DC.
Yeah. And here's the thing: it's not like if that movie had like a 90%, then I'd say like, oh, I've got more faith, and it made money instead of flopping like it did. Then Blue Beetle would have had a chance. That's the thing. If they were continuing the DCEU and it was successful as it was, you know, if this movie came out in the new DCEU after maybe Superman, I think this film would definitely make money. It'd be in the limelight. Everyone would be talking about it. But because of where it's sitting now, it's actually at the end or past the end of a dead universe that nobody's really following anymore.
Yeah, no. It's...
For me, the DCEU officially died when they released the Snyder Cut, because it was like, right, we got the film that we wanted. It's just a nice send off. That's it, done. I would have loved to have seen the DCEU continue, but just,
you know, they worked their way into a corner with it as well. If they'd have started with a plan, then maybe, because there were still rumours when Man of Steel came out that it was going to be connected to Nolan's Batman universe. It was going to be piggybacking off that when it first came out in 2013, Kyle, remember? 10 years ago now. So, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm excited for this film. Really excited. You know, I've had this conversation with someone before, and it's like, yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes doesn't make the film, but I said I'm still the first person, though, to get excited when I see, you know, a film that I'm looking forward to get 80 or above and be like, all right, now we're talking. But yeah, I've got all the faith in the world the film's going to be good. I just don't think it's going to make any money. I hope it does, though. I want to be proven wrong. So I hope people can clip this and bring it back to me when Blue Beetle, you know, because let's be honest, if Blue Beetle made $50 million this opening weekend, that'd be a fucking huge success, considering where it was. So, we can only hope. But, Kyle, our final topic. Back to Disney Plus and the disappointing ways. So we're getting a double bill for AHSOKA, aren't we, next Wednesday? So we're a week away from AHSOKA releasing. And the first 2 episodes are about 40 odd minutes each. One's 50, one's 40, excluding credits. Episode 3, 31 minutes, excluding credits.
This is another big problem with Disney shows.
Yeah,
it's unfortunately, it's, you know, the Marvel and Star Wars shows they do on Disney Plus are the same. Like they're too short. You've got all this universe you could do. You know, like the Clone Wars did this shit better.
Yeah,
because it had its own story and it was an entire, you know, it was featured and the whole show was, or the whole season or whatever, was an entire sort of plot, was an entire story. This is about Ahsoka, so do a fucking film, or do each episode with its own do a show how it's meant to be done. I'm tired of fucking shows doing this. It's a pain in the arse.
I'm tired of Disney Plus shows doing this.
I'm just tired of Disney Plus.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because like I said before with the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus, I think we've enjoyed a lot of it, but Marvel's latest offerings just haven't been there, really.
No, but it's not even the latest stuff, though. Let's be honest. It's not even the latest stuff. There has been some highs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you. You know, they could have those highs could have been like some of the best Marvel shit we've had. If the lows were great, if that makes sense. So yeah, you know, the whole thing that they're saying with Marvel, we're gonna change our ways. They need to do that with Star Wars. They need to stop fucking around doing this shit because it's, you know, Mando did it, but it did it better.
It
Do you know what I mean?
because it had that old Western, you know, week to week feel of it. But then Mando season 3, the episodes were longer. But then we had a lot of wasted time in that as well, Mando season 3. So that's looking like at the point where we're probably not going to get a Mandalorian season 4. They're just going to go straight for a film because they know it'd probably work better like that. Now, look, this is Dave Filoni's baby, and he's going to put everything into it. And I still think Ahsoka is going to be a great show. But what the fuck is the point in giving us 2 episodes that are over and, you know, that come to about an hour and a half together, watching them, and then the next week we get half an hour worth of fucking content.
Is that including credits?
This is excluding credits. 31 minutes. But they could have. It's an 8-episode show. They could have done 2 episode, 2 episode, 2 episode, 2 episode. Try something new every now and then. Because I know back in the day when, you know, this is dating myself a bit here, but back when the Clone Wars released on Cartoon Network when I was a wee whippersnapper, they do 2 episodes a week, Clone Wars. And yeah, granted they're like 20-minute episodes, but if you've got like 30-minute episodes, drop 2. Granted, we don't know the run time for the next ones. Maybe the rest of the episodes are all going to be over an hour long. And I do want to say one more thing as well.
Can I just say something? They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, they're probably not. But the one thing
they're not. It's a most definite a no.
But one thing I want to add on is, you know, I know a lot of people would say the best. What do you think the best episode of The Mandalorian is?
Ooh.
What would you think most people say the best episode of The Mandalorian is? I'd ask.
Right, what most people think, probably the Luke one.
Right. So to me, it's the Boba Fett episode when he gets first brought back in season 2. That episode 6, the tragedy. That episode is this length. But what that episode did was get straight to the fucking point. So, if the way I see this episode working is this 31-minute episode, we get introduced to the characters in the first episode, find out where everyone is, the characters come together in the second, work some shit out, but I'm telling you, this third episode, we best get fucking dropped into the middle of a fucking battle or something that's non-stop, because that's the only way it works. Like they did with that Boba Fett episode, was near enough, you know, 10 minutes of talking, 20 minutes of action. Yeah, I'm not saying action, things are only good with action. You never know, they could have a 30-minute deep conversation, and it could be really good. But I think with these shorter episodes, they need to be straight to it. So that's the counter I'd put to it. You know, my own argument is like, yeah, shorter episodes can be good, but they need to be fast-paced. But overall, are you looking forward to Ahsoka?
Yeah. It's just like, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good. I just hate this whole Disney format, Disney Plus format.
I really think,
That's
you know,
that's all I'll say.
this character, they tested this character in Mandalorian season 2 to see if it would appeal to people, which it did. They should have done a film. They should have done a film. Now, granted, they are doing a film for the Mandalorian universe, but in that way, I feel like they've excluded a lot of the audience who haven't seen the Disney Plus shows. So I feel they might have tied their hands a bit there.
I should have just done, instead of doing shows, it would have worked better if they just did Disney Plus movies. Yeah, they wouldn't have been as big, but
Yeah.
still, Amazon do their own movies, Netflix do their own movies.
Oh, what was that Amazon film that there was an Amazon film that I really liked. I can't remember it, so it probably wasn't that good. But yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it there today. Let us know what you think. Do you think Andrew Garfield will be in Secret Wars? I sure as fuck do. Kyle said he'd bet his house on it. Are you happy that Marvel is just not trying to just fit one format now for Disney Plus? They're gonna just see what the story needs instead of what they can do to the story. And the Blue Beetle reactions. Are you excited to see it? Or are you gonna cry because it's gonna make no money? Not what you can do about that. Go vote with your wallet if you wanted to see more, get more money. And AHSOKA, third episode, being 31 minutes. Disappointing, but it could be good. So, yeah. I've been Callum. That's been Kyle. Like, subscribe, share.
Tell you what, sorry, just to talk about that last topic, just one little thing.
Always when I'm in the middle of this. Always when I'm in the middle of this.
I tell you what, there is one exception, right, that Disney have done, and it's in Star Wars. It's with the Andor show.
Oh yeah, Andor's great.
That felt like a TV show. Everything else is just, including Marvel, they need to get out of that format. Go into that Andor format.
And
if they go into that Andor format, it's different from Netflix, but it's better.
Yeah, because they had 3 episode arcs in. Just like, right, this 3 episodes an arc, this 3 episodes an arc, this 3 episodes an arc, and the last 3 episodes is an arc. And it worked really well. So, yeah. I don't know with this short episode why they couldn't have just done a 3 episode premiere, because I feel like people would have been a lot more forgiving of an episode that's 31 minutes long.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, like, subscribe, share, all the good shit. Leave a comment, let us know. Let us know what you thought of the video. Let us know what you think about Kyle. I'm always interested to hear what people think about Kyle. Let me know how attractive he is. Just look at him. Sex on legs. Alright. We'll get a comment now from Zara underneath saying yes he is and agreeing. But that'll do us for today. See you all later. We might get another video out for you tomorrow because we will not be doing a video on Friday. Because we are going to see Blue Beetle. Well, we will be doing a video on Friday. It'll be the Out of Fear reaction for Blue Beetle. But apart from that, see you all later.